So I do this show called Fixer Upper on my channel where I sort of pretend to be HGTV and I pick old houses and I renovate them, but the catch is that you all are the ones who build those houses for me. Today we are doing that again, but this time it's a house called Spooky Abandoned Brick Home. Now you might want to get a pen and paper for this one and write it down. It was built by EH9T1M4JMCXT on the gallery. That's EH9T1M4JMCXT on the gallery. Like I said, you might want to write that one down. It's 4 bedrooms, it's 2 bathrooms, it's on a 30 by 20 lot, costs about $70,000. It's a haunted house, and their description says, this spooky abandoned brick home was built by Mark Hedenson Jr. He lived here with his family during the 1820s until his daughter, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think the family was eliminated back in the 1820s. But anyway, now a family of 6 has moved here. They've bought this like old rundown house that's been empty forever. Edna and Charlie Wood bought it. They've got 4 children, aged 16, 12, 10, and 4. And they need space because this house is really not big enough for that size of family. So our goal today basically is to use our 10,000 simoleon budget to try and add some bedrooms and make space for this whole family. So here's the house. Very spooky at nighttime. Honestly, has a lot of potential during the day. We love the front yard. We like that it's got this nice chimney. The windows are pretty. The garden is sort of cute. Honestly, this house kind of gives me like England vibes, if you know what I mean. I think it's the color of the brick. I don't know. Inside, you can kind of tell it's been empty for a super long time. It's like got weeds growing up through the floorboards. 2 like pretty decent sized bedrooms downstairs. They've got a kitchen, also a cupcake machine. It's a nice kitchen. They have a nice bathroom down here. I like how they kind of pretended that it was a shower tub combo, even though you can't really access that shower in this bathroom, although you can't really get into it anyway. I don't think your Sims can walk through this landscaping. Nice sized living room. They've got like a rocking chair and stuff. Upstairs, there's only a ladder to the 2nd floor, and it's really small. It's like long and skinny, as you can see. They've kind of put 2 bedrooms up here. There's also another bathroom upstairs, but as you can tell, that's only space for 3 kids to sleep, and we have 4. So we need to figure out how to get space for an extra Sim, and just in general, like redo this whole house to make it bigger. I think we can prioritize trying to add maybe some sort of addition on the back to make the bedrooms bigger. And the back of the house is kind of flat as it is, so that wouldn't be a bad idea. And we only have 10,000 simoleons, but we have all of this landscaping to sell, so I think we'll be okay. I don't think budget will be a huge problem. So with that all being said, let's go ahead and jump right on into the renovation. Now, as you can see, the first thing I always do in Fixer Uppers is just delete everything, especially with a house like this where there's so much just overgrown stuff. We kind of have to go in and get rid of all that landscaping so we can actually see the house. Kind of like what you would do in an HGTV show, you know, go in, clear out all the old, it's demo day, we're deleting everything, and then you can go in and sort of rearrange. With this house, I actually deleted a lot of things. Sometimes I try to keep more of the furniture, more of the floor plan, but with this house, we kind of had to rearrange a lot. Like, it was a really old house, none of the furniture was super usable, so we ended up just deleting everything downstairs, and then we just went straight in and added like an upstairs addition. So I was thinking we could try and switch that upstairs area to be like the primary bedroom for the parents, because then they could have an ensuite bathroom. So I switched it around. It's not just a little skinny hallway anymore. It's a lot bigger. And then the parents have their own bedroom upstairs. I also figured we would have a toddler room for that 4-year-old. So the toddler has a bedroom upstairs as well. Don't worry, it's not just a ladder anymore. It'll be an actual staircase. So I put the toddler next to the parents, and then I had 2 of the kids share a room, and then like the teenager got their own room, which I figured kind of made sense. Would have loved to have them all have their own rooms, but this isn't a massive house, so we made it work, and the bedrooms are all a really good size, so I think it's okay. I also managed to get a really big, just open space downstairs. So instead of like all these little rooms, we managed to have the bedrooms on the right side and then a bunch of just big open living area, big open kitchen, dining, and living space all together downstairs. It's very modernized, if you know what I mean. Although it's not really a modern style, it still kind of has that like older home look to it. It's more traditional, but we tried to just update it, you know, much like you would do on HGTV. Just for the record, I built this on Twitch, and tonight we're streaming another Fixer Upper. So if you want to come by, it's twitch.tv/lilsimsie. I stream every single day on Twitch, and I do a lot of Sims builds. Most of the speed builds that I post on my YouTube channel, sort of like this one, I would have built first on Twitch. Like, I built this like last week on stream, and now I'm finally posting it on YouTube today. And if you want to build me a house for Fixer Upper, you can use the gallery hashtag #FixMeLilSimsie, and then I will renovate your house, possibly. There are a lot of them, so if I don't see yours, I'm really sorry. But if you want to build me a house for Fixer Upper, again, it's the hashtag #FixMeLilsimsie on the gallery. I like houses like this one that have a story. I like when you give me a budget. I like it when it looks kind of older and run down. I like it when there's a backstory for the original house, and it gives me like context for who's living here now, because I like to know like, okay, the family has this many kids, you know, the mom's a painter. Like, I like to have that sort of information because then I can use it better to like renovate and put an art studio or whatever. I like to have the list of needs for the new family. Maybe one of the kids loves to swim. Should I put a pool? I don't know. Tell me in the description. You can also make me Sims if you want to like make an actual family. I get really excited about that kind of thing. I like it when I have a story to work with. But again, that's hashtag #FixMeLilsimsie on the gallery. Also, with this house, I tried to keep it to just the packs that the original build had. Like, for example, I wasn't trying to use a million packs that the person who built this didn't have, because then they couldn't download it. But they did use a lot of packs in the original build. Sometimes they'll only use like 1 or 2 packs, and then it's fine, I'll just use those 2. But this person originally, I will tell you the list. This person, the original build had, and I quote, University, Seasons, Cats and Dogs, City Living, Get Together, Get to Work, Jungle Adventure, Parenthood, Paranormal, Nifty Knitting, Laundry Day, and Movie Hangout stuff. So I let myself use things from those packs just because I knew for a fact the person who built it had them. I don't think I used all of those packs though. Like, I don't think I used like Movie Hangout, although I definitely did use a lot of the expansion packs and like the Paranormal Stuff pack and stuff. The Paranormal pack is really good. I've been using it in a lot of my builds. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really impressed with that one. I was not expecting to like the Paranormal Stuff pack so much, but the build items are so cute. I keep using them in like all of my builds. So I used it again in this one. Also, you'll notice that I struggled a lot with the color scheme on the outside of this house because I loved the brick, but I didn't know what I wanted the roof to look like. I didn't know what I wanted the windows to look like, so I was really unsure of how I wanted to like transform the outside. I toyed with like painting the brick. I like, should be, you know, power wash the brick and like make it look red instead of brown. Like, is it clean now or something? I didn't know what color to make the roof. Like, the house looked really dark to me. Like, I really struggled with the outside and the color scheme, but I think we managed to figure it out. I put like a black roof with a black trim. I think it looked pretty nice. It looks like it's just got a new roof, and that's pretty realistic, I feel like. Although again, I really struggled with the color scheme on the outside because I didn't want to change it too much because I already changed the inside like a ton. So I didn't want to transform the outside and like make it completely unrecognizable, but I also wanted to like update it. So that was kind of difficult, but I think we made it work. I also used actual money to landscape this house, which a lot of times I use debug landscaping because it's free, but with this house we had a pretty decent amount of the budget left at the end, so I used real money to landscape instead of like cheating for debug landscaping. The whole idea of that is so bizarre. I used real money to landscape this build. But it's true, I did. I also put a fireplace, wait for it, in front of the chimney. I know sometimes I put chimneys on my Sims builds and don't put the fireplace in front of them, but the fireplace is where the chimney is on this one, so you should be very proud of me. It ends up being 2 bathrooms and 4 bedrooms. The house was technically 1 bathroom and 4 bedrooms originally, so I kind of like only added 1 extra bathroom, but really the bedrooms are significantly bigger now, so it's hard to say that those upstairs bedrooms before were actually bedrooms. Like, they were just hallways with a bed in them, you know? It's hard to call those bedrooms in this house, especially considering how big the bedrooms downstairs were before. Like, those poor kids deserve like a real room. The bathroom is like the size of the bedrooms, you know? So I think it looks a lot better. It's a lot more fitting for this family. It'll be a good size for them. Can I tell you about my dream last night though? While we just wait for me to furnish the house a little bit, can I tell you about my dreams? I've been having the same stress dream. It's happened twice now, the past like 2 nights. And in this dream, something like happens, I don't know what, but like something happens and all of these pets suddenly need a place to go. Like, all these animals need a new home. And I like volunteer to take in the animals because they need a new home. And I was like, okay, I can do it. I can handle like this zoo that you're asking me to take in, but I don't actually know how to care for all these animals. So like in my stress dream, all of a sudden I have like a ferret and a bunny and a turtle and like 2 more cats and like all these animals in my house, and I like don't know what to do with them or how to take care of them. And I keep having this dream, like stressing about the animals, and then waking up being like, oh my god, where is the ferret? Like, is it okay? I don't know. I've never had a ferret. Like, I don't but I'm having a stress dream about ferrets. So that's what I've been going through right now. I don't know what's going on there, but that's what's been happening. I've also started having like mask related stress dreams recently. I haven't had one this week, but I was having them a lot like the past few weeks, and I don't even get out much. But like in my dreams, it's either like I have gone somewhere and forgotten a mask. It's kind of like how people used to have dreams about going to school in just their underwear or something. And it's like, oh no, I forgot my pants. Like, this is so embarrassing. Except now it's like, oh no, I forgot my mask. But I've had that dream a couple times. But I've also had dreams where like I've been at Disney for some reason and nobody has masks on. So like I'm in a Disney store looking at pins and I look around and I'm like, oh my God, nobody has a mask on. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then I get all stressed about that. But I haven't been to Disney. Like I don't know what Disney's like right now, which by the way, Disney is open. Just in case you didn't know. I told the story on stream. People in my chat were like, what? Disney's open? And I was like, yeah, Disney never really closed down here. It was closed from like March until like June or something, I think. And then it's just been open ever since. So still a pandemic, but Disney's open. Isn't that nice? Really nice. Oh, I live in Orlando, by the way, just for context. I live near Disney. It's a sore subject, Disney being open, clearly. But anyway, I've been having like stress dreams about going to Disney with like people not wearing masks. But anyway. Oh, I've also had dreams recently about being late to school. I've had this same dream like 5 or 6 times now. And obviously I graduated high school in 2017. Like I've been out of high school for a while now. But I've had this dream over and over again where like for some reason high school has like started up again. Like they're requiring my grade to like come back to high school for some reason, even though we graduated 4 years ago. And then in my dream, like they've redone the high school building, so like all the classes are in different places, and like I can't remember my schedule because it was like 4 years ago. So I like show up to school and I'm like, oh my God, I can't find my English class, they moved it, oh my God. And then I'm like running around school, can't find it, and I end up being late and then getting yelled at. I don't know. I like the idea of me having dreams about being late to high school this far down the line. I mean, come on. What kind of stress dreams do you have? Let me know in the comments down below. Like I said on stream, a lot of people in my chat were talking about like them having the kind of mask dreams as well, which I think is really interesting that we're all having these dreams about masks. I mean, obviously it's the new normal, right? I feel like we're probably gonna have those dreams for like years to come, even after like, you know, you don't have to wear a mask everywhere you go in like, you know, 10 years from now or whatever. I feel like we'll still have stress dreams about like going to the store and forgetting your mask, even though you don't need it anymore. It's kind of like, you know, having dreams about being late to school or whatever, even though you're just long graduated. Anyway, I'm furnishing the bedrooms now. As you can see, we're doing the toddler room. I made it really cute. It's kind of small. I realized that it's not like super ideal to have the toddler's bedroom on the second floor because toddlers are very slow to walk up and down stairs. But in my head, I was like, it's probably nice for the toddler's room to be next to the parents' room because it's so young. You know, it's probably best if they're closest to the parents. So that's what I did. But realistically, in The Sims, that doesn't matter. That's like a real life kind of concern to have like the nursery by the parents' room. In The Sims, it doesn't matter. Like they're gonna be fine. You don't need to like keep a close eye on the toddler in The Sims 4. Like nothing's gonna happen to them. But I guess we sorta aim for realism in these fixer-uppers, so I did that. But now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't have. Like maybe I should have swapped the teens room downstairs with the toddler's room, just so the toddler could be on the first floor and like have easier access to everything. I also never ever put high chairs in my Sims builds, but that's more of a gameplay thing. People always comment about that because obviously realistically you probably have a high chair in your house if you had a toddler, but I think high chairs in The Sims are really annoying. Like, it's so slow to, like, pick your toddler up, put them in there, have them get trapped in there, and then have to feed them. Like, I much prefer to just grab some food and, like, put it on the floor and be like, okay, go eat it now, toddler. I just find it's much more effective that way. So that, for the most part, is how I feed my Sims kids. But I realize a lot of you might like to play with high chairs in The Sims, like you might enjoy that gameplay. I don't. I've been conditioned this way from the 100 baby challenge. I simply cannot deal with toddlers anymore. Okay, I had so many of them and I'm over it. So you can eat on the floor. Back in that challenge, I used to have like an attic, right? And this is before ladders. So I wouldn't have like a ladder up to it or anything. I would just have an attic. I would teleport the toddlers into the attic, and I would have like potties, I would have like a kitchen set, I'd have all their toys, and I would just lock them up there until they aged up. I wouldn't even bathe them. I would cheat their bathing need, and I would just have them be up there and take care of themselves. Because if your toddler is independent, they can potty train themselves. So like I just wouldn't take care of them. I just put them up there and then have them do it all themselves. So when you have like 4 toddlers, it's really hard and very annoying. So if you just lock them away in an attic somewhere, it works out. I realize this sounds really bad, but now I would still do it. I would just use a ladder probably now so that my Sims, like the mom could get up and down, but the toddlers couldn't. Yeah. Also, for a while in that challenge, so if you didn't know, toddlers can walk through doggy doors in The Sims, like the bigger dog doors from cats and dogs. Toddlers can walk through those. And so you can make rooms that are only accessible to toddlers by using the dog door. You can also do it with platforms now because you can make the rooms like short so that only a toddler can stand up in it. But you can use dog doors so that only a toddler can walk into a room. And I used to do that a lot too. I would make it so that the toddlers had like their own specific room, and there was like a bathroom attached to it, and the parents and teens could access the bathroom to like bathe them, but only the toddlers could access their little like toddler playroom. I don't know. There's really no point in doing that. I liked it. I thought it was fun, so I did. All those years of begging for toddlers in The Sims 4 just to lock them in basements and stuff. That sounds terrible. It's the baby challenge. It's different, okay? It brings out the worst in people. Trying to have 100 children, I mean, you just can't do that and be a good person. It really does bring out the worst in you. Anyway, we are furnishing the last kids' rooms downstairs now. The bigger one is shared by the 2 child-age Sims. This house, remember, had 1 teen, 2 children, and 1 toddler, and so the 2 children share this bigger room, and then the teen has the room next door. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I like the layout of this house a lot. I ended up changing it a lot, obviously, but we did move some things around so that it kind of makes more sense. There used to be a back door in that kids' room where the kids are sleeping, but I swapped it to the other side so that back door is like more so in the living room because it kind of makes more sense. And I think that's really nice. It's just a big open living space. There's a back door, there's a back porch, there's a massive backyard, and we had a lot of money to spare with this house. Keep in mind, it was worth like $70,000 before we started renovating it, and then we had an extra 10,000 simoleon budget. So when I sold all that stuff, we had a ton of money to work with, and so I managed to get like really nice landscaping. We got a pool. Like, we had so much money to just burn at the end. I think I ended up with having like 2,000 simoleons left. It's kind of fun because these houses, sometimes I'll get a budget and it's like you have 20,000 simoleons to work with, but the house has like no furniture in it, so it's really hard to do. Or you'll get this one where there's like 1,000,000 plants inside, so when you sell them all, you have a ton of money. It's kind of hit or miss with these things. Sometimes fixer-uppers end up being like kind of difficult, other times there's a ton more stuff. This one, money was not really a concern. Or pack limitations, to be honest. Like, it's not like I was trying to make a base game house either. Although it's not hard to make a nice base game house. Obviously, like when you're trying to go scroll through and pick only base game things, it's a little bit more difficult. Keep in mind, if you want to make a house for fixer-upper, you don't have to have a ton of packs. You don't have to use a ton of packs. Trust me, it is very, very possible to make just a base game fixer-upper house. I've done them before. To be honest, they're really, really fun. I think the most used packs for fixer-upper probably are like the vampires pack, because that pack comes with all those spider webs and like the cracks in the walls and stuff like that. So people use that stuff a lot. Also, City Living has like some rundown furniture that people use. So those things pop up a lot, but you don't need them to make fixer-uppers. It's just, obviously it's nice to have like a broken, rundown looking fridge and like cracks in the walls, but that's not necessary. It's just a nice touch. It's a bonus, but it's not like, I mean, this house didn't have them, so you don't worry about that. You're fine. Also, I used purple landscaping on this house. I feel like I don't really often use purple flowers on my builds. I feel like I kind of default to like yellow flowers most of the time, but this time we did purple and I think it looked pretty good. So there's purple flowers out in the front, there's some big trees. I ended up getting rid of that little like gate that was in the front of the house. I liked it, but I wanted to like open it up some more. The back has a massive patio. We ended up giving it a pool. I think the backyard is like one of the biggest changes on this one. Well, obviously the whole house is a big change, but the backyard goes from like just tiny overgrown useless garden to like beautiful backyard oasis where there's like a pool and all this cool stuff to use. So there's a big change in the back of this house. Honestly, the whole back is like almost unrecognizable because we added like the addition and stuff on the back too. So the back just does not look the same at all. The front is very similar, but the back is like completely different. Now we're kind of coming to the end of the build. I'm just putting some like finishing touches on the backyard. Basically, we're just putting like patio tables, and I think I put like some planter boxes and stuff like that out there. I think the backyard is always my spot where I just kind of try to add like any sort of skill building things that I might want. Like, oh yeah, they can do some gardening. Oh yeah, give the kids like a monkey bar set. Just some things for them to do. Go. Just put it out there. Obviously grab like a trash can, a mailbox, all the defaults, but I think it worked out pretty nicely. I like this house a lot. I think it's a pretty good one. Now remember, I am streaming Fixer Upper tonight. If you want to come by and hang out, that's twitch.tv/lilsimsie. I'll be live doing one of these. I always like doing Fixer Uppers live. They're just really fun to do. And then I'll probably post that build like next week or something. I don't know. I build a lot on stream, and I have like a lot of backlogged builds that I haven't posted yet. I think I have like 5 right now that I built on stream, but I haven't made speed builds out of yet. I just build so much on stream, and then I have to wait to post them because I can't post like 5 speed builds in a row. Although if I could, I would, because I like speed builds. The build is done now, so let's go ahead and take a tour of the renovated version. As you can see, the front isn't super different. Like it's darker on the roof. It's landscaped differently, but really the front, like I didn't change the windows too much. I didn't change the color scheme. The inside is completely different. Remember before there was like a bedroom here, and then they had living space, a bathroom, and a kitchen in this area. But now we have like the whole living space all together on one side. We also have an actual staircase instead of just a ladder. There's a teeny tiny bathroom downstairs, but it works. I like the color scheme down here a lot. I think the kitchen is really pretty. I like the pendant lights. I'm super into this house. I think it's nice. We have that teen's bedroom down here. The kids share this smaller bedroom. And then upstairs, there's actually a hallway with like a little desk kind of snuck back in the corner. I was trying to make use of all of the space, and I was like, you know what we need is a tiny desk nook. So I put one back there. We have that toddler room, which has all the necessities, the toys, the potty, all that good stuff. The parents' room, and then they have their own ensuite bathroom as well. I didn't want to put a shower tub combo in front of the window because it kind of blocks them. Like, you know, the big ones, like it sort of blocks the window. I didn't want that, so I just put the tub. Though I don't super like how it looks, but it's okay. At least there's a shower downstairs, right? But that's the house. I quite like this one. I think it's pretty, and I think it's very realistic. You know, it's a nice sized family house for your Sims. It's not massive, but it also has lots of bedrooms. It's a good one. Although it probably is a little expensive. It's like 80,000. But on that note, I'm gonna go. Please make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day, and so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. If you like this video, I've got an entire playlist of like a million bajillion fixer-uppers that I'll link for you. I've been doing this series for years, like 5 years, so I have lots.